Hey, Shawn, so how did you feel in that Keith Thurman Shawn Porter fight?
Yeah, I was like, nah, I can't say too much more because he ain't gonna never get off, man. No. I appreciate him to the fullest. As it was going on, like my thing is, y'all know my thing is the crowd. So we start the fight and all that, and I'm hearing oohs and ahs for me. I'm hearing ooh and ah for him, and it's just hot. It's hard. That was a hard night of fighting, but and I'll fast forward all the way to the end because for me it was like it was hard round after hard round. Do what you got to do. I was hardly thinking about like tomorrow, like you know how they always say tomorrow doesn't exist. Like this was the first fight for me that tomorrow did not exist. And I'll never forget when the fight ended. My first thought was when the bell rang, I was like, oh, I'm glad that's over, right? And as I was like letting that out, I look over and see him throw his hands in the air. I said, hold on, you didn't win. I did not want to put my hands in the air, man, but he did that. And I was like, man, hold on, man, you didn't win, you know? And I remember just going back to my corner, being grateful that the fight was over, and then could hear and see that like everybody was so like amped up about the moment. I didn't realize how special it was and how amazing the night was until you fast forward X amount of months and even years later, and people still talk about the fight. Now, to me, it definitely is a classic, and I'm glad I was who I was in the moment to do what I did against Keith Thurman. Not like he said, not too many people can handle what he can bring. Not too many people can handle what I can bring. I think although that fight was a little premature in terms of our relevancy to the sport, it was I think it was right on time for both of us. We were right there at a point where we could both handle it. And on that night, not too many people could handle me, and not too many people could handle him on that night.
Yep. Hey, Shawn, you've talked in the past about who the best guy you ever fought was, but in terms of like talent and just God-given gifts, was that guy Keith out of everyone you fought in terms of just athleticism and hand speed and just the stuff you got gifts? Yeah, power.
Definitely power. I would still hold on that I think that Terrence Crawford is the most talented fighter that I've been in the ring with. That Keith Thurman is, I mean, literally not even a step behind him.
And on that night, that was greatness.
I would love to see that Keith Thurman or a version of that Keith Thurman fight them all. I think that Keith and I both, like at that point in time, we were so hungry that we were almost willing to do whatever it took. You know what I mean? And I think that what happens is as you mature in the sport, that it doesn't disappear, but you just learn more. You figure out other ways to make it happen. And I think that, you know, that's what we would benefit from seeing young fighters fight other young fighters. And sometimes it's premature, but you get a chance to see those guys really at their peaks. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ed. Follow me on IG, Ed with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.